Hi everyone, deep breath in, slow breath out, relax. How to get up after you've been knocked down in one or more areas of your life. In this video I'll be looking at some of the things that I've done to figuratively pick myself up after having been knocked down along my journey through life. So what am I talking about here? Well, this is something you might want to take on board if you need to pick yourself up again after falling or being knocked down in health, relationships or finances, which are the main three areas most of us tend to try for the best in, but seem to suffer our unfair share of knockdowns along the way. In this video, I'll cover the first of those areas, which is health. Our health is everything to us. When we're healthy, we feel great and can do most of the things we want to do with our time. But when we lose that health for whatever reason, then life can become much harder to endure, and sometimes even the simplest of things that many of us take for granted can be beyond us or simply out of reach. For all sorts of reasons, it pays to be as healthy as we can. So what do I do to stay healthy? Diet. Uh-oh, he's going to start talking about food. Well, of course I am. The old saying that we are what we eat is essentially true on many levels. Food is our fuel, our sustenance, and our medicine. It's simple logic, really. Our bodies are finely tuned machines, and if we put the wrong fuel into it, it's going to get out of tune pretty damn quick. What's the wrong fuel? Well, just about everything that isn't natural or live. That includes all processed foods, in quotes there, and anything that's man-made. You know what I'm talking about. Anything that comes sealed in a packet or a can or a jar has generally been processed in some way or other, so it's not completely natural and therefore can't be considered as good. It's bad. That covers just about everything you see stocked in the supermarket shelves. Just about everything. All those products that you see on those shelves are altered, added to, and left for a long time after leaving the processing factory, that the original ingredients, the natural ingredients that made up that food, the life force, the chi or the prana, has left them long ago. To all intents and purposes, that stuff should not even be considered food, because it's dead, it's lifeless, and it's contaminated, and in some cases it's even toxic. The food that our bodies must have and what they need must be alive with life force. It's got to have that prana, that chi, to provide our bodies with the life force it needs. That's just common sense. That's what nature provides for us in the plant kingdom. A diverse and nutritious storehouse of everything we need to be healthy, to slow down aging and avoid disease. Think of this, when we pick an apple off the tree and eat it, we're ingesting not just the physical apple, but also the life force that it contains. But take that same apple and cook it, mix it with sugar, flavourings and preservatives, and seal it up in a jar. What's happened? Its life force has gone, and it's of little or no nutritional value to your body. So when we've been knocked down in health, it's often associated with eating a diet devoid of life force. but on the other hand crammed full of toxins. Eating and drinking processed and additive-laden foods and drinks literally invites diseases into our bodies. To pick ourselves up again, the first step is to change the diet and stop consuming dead products and start consuming live, wholesome foods. Now, I'm not going to get into the veggie and carnivore argument here. You're free to eat whatever you want. I personally have stopped eating meat for a number of reasons. Mostly they're related to health. But that's my choice based on the knowledge that I possessed about food. It's a huge subject that I could never cover in one video, so I won't even try. But I will take swipes at it over the course of a number of future videos. Really, the food that we eat can keep us healthy or it can make us sick. I choose healthy. So should you. Exercise. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay, I'm not a big fan of going to the gym or doing cardio stuff. I did many years ago, but these days, nah, not so much. But that's my preference right now. I have 2 dogs and I take them for long walks throughout the day, so I get plenty of walking exercise, which is actually pretty good for you. I also play guitar and sing in a band, and I can tell you that after a day's rehearsing, I feel like I've done a big workout. Singing at full volume requires a lot of deep breathing and diaphragm work, which is all good exercise in my book. I know a lot of people that spend most, if not all, of their day sitting down. They sit down at breakfast, get in the car, drive to work, sit at a desk all day, drive the car home again, then collapse in the sofa in front of the TV for the rest of the evening before going to bed. That's the classic sedentary lifestyle. It is not a healthy way to live. You need to get up out of that chair and walk around, preferably outside in the fresh air, to get more oxygen into your body and give your muscles some work to do. That gets me on to the next point. Fresh air. I know a lot of people live where the weather's cold or rainy for a lot of the year, but there are a lot of good reasons to get outdoors into that fresh air. First is getting sun exposure. You need to do that for about 30 minutes a day for your body to manufacture its own vitamin D the natural way. Don't overdo it. But also, and this is important, do not slap on the sun cream. In my opinion, that stuff does more harm than good with all its artificial additives and chemicals that are absorbed by your skin and allowed into your body. I'm not going to get into that argument either. That's for another video. What I will say is that you should limit your daily sun exposure to about 30 minutes. Get out there during the morning or late afternoon, and not when the sun is at its strongest, which is usually between around about 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. At least it is here in Spain. Do that and you won't be at risk of getting sunburned. Oxygen, believe it or not, is the most important nutrient your body needs. Why do I say that? Well, think about it. You can survive for several days or even weeks without food. You can survive a day or more without water. But try going without oxygen for a few minutes and just see what happens. Well, if you spend most of your day indoors, at home or at work, you're breathing in oxygen depleted air. You're depriving your body of the amount of oxygen it needs to function optimally. But when you're outdoors, the air you breathe is more oxygen rich, and the more of it you breathe in, the better your body will function. Of course, if you live in a polluted city, breathing in great lungfuls of that toxic air may not be such a great idea. You need to get out of the city and into the open countryside and get the real benefit of cleaner air. Fresh air and sunlight both have positive effects on us. The extra oxygen gives us more energy, and the sunlight causes our bodies to produce more of that feel-good hormone called serotonin. It lifts our mood, makes us feel good. Just think how much better you feel when you're out, say in the park or out in the open air on a warm sunny day. You do feel good. It's that sun, it's the fresh air. It's natural, it's nature doing its thing. Oh, but I might miss my favourite TV programme if I'm outdoors. God, I say, sod the bloody television. What good does it do you? None. Oh man, don't get me started on how bad watching television is for you. That's a subject for another video. In fact, that's a perfect place to bring this video into a close. I'll talk more about the other areas where you can get knocked down but get up again when you know how in a future video. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done already. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with my next video very soon.